Something. Gyro stabilizers. What is it now? Shit's bugging out on me.
La 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 la. Pour half the cake batter into a 10-inch ring mold. Sprinkle half the nut mixture over the batter. Swirl batter gently. Is this to get like a spiral of nuts and sugar in here? No, we're not doing that. We're just dumping it in. This is stupid. Fold in. Fold it. I feel like that. What's that British baking show you watch all the time? The British Bake Off.
I started watching that when I was pregnant and I would cry.
You would cry watching the Great British Bake Off? Why?
Because they were just this so wholesome.
Like this show?
No.
Microwave on medium-high, about 70% for 21 to 24 minutes, or until cake tester inserted in your center of the cake comes out clean. All right. Is it crispier? Wait, is the chicken changing?
Warp drive active.
There was a light, but there's nothing in there. Okay. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, with the music. Put the music back on.
delightful. Wow, hey, that looks pretty good. Let's stick our gauge into it. That's still raw.
Warp drive active.
Oh, what's going on, chat? We're just doing some fucking sandwiching. There was no one doing any writing, so my brothers did some, and I'm just salvaging. Salvaging all the wrecks. Approach.
Oh my god. What am I doing? How much more time? Shit. Did you know that birds aren't real? They're robots made by the government. Yeah.
to see that.
Can you say government birds?
Government.
I love you.
What is it doing?
I'll protect you from the 5G. The cake's almost done. We had to put it in for 4 more minutes because the toothpick test failed. It came out ooey gooey. Cake, 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 cake. Do you want cake? Cake, 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 cake. Do you want to push the button? Push harder, harder. Push, push, push. Good job. All right, how does it look? And ta-da!
Is this monster cake?
This is monster cake.
It looks like the monster pancakes.
This does not look as bad as I thought it would. You know what? Actually, it really does look like guacamole that's starting to brown. It's got the yellows, it's got the greens. Okay, who wants cake? Here's a piece for Uncle Kevin. Here, you can share a plate with Sandra. Are you gonna share a piece or do you want your own piece?
No, I'm gonna share.
You're gonna share? Okay. And then this piece is for
Smells sweet.
Uncle John.
I hope so.
This is for Papa. Look, we got a nice kind of, I don't know, what would you call it? Like a geological line. Next time you got some burnt stuff? Which part?
And the mineral is walnuts?
Almond.
Ah, it's good.
Okay.
I don't really taste any orange.
No, me neither.
Hold on.
I taste a lot of almond, like the marzipan.
Yeah, that's the pistachio pudding. It almost maybe is too moist. Am I crazy? Do you feel that way?
I just thought it was a little.
You're
upset.
crazy.
How many cups of sour cream do you think are in this cake?
God, I don't want to know. Don't finish that sentence.
Just one.
1 cup of sour cream. The most important question of our orange pistachio cake, though, is would I recommend making it, or would we make it again? What do you think? Would you make this again?
I don't taste any orange, so
No.
I probably wouldn't because I'm like disappointed there's no orange.
I liked it.
We added extra orange.
I would make a pistachio cake with the Jello. I think so.
Pudding or Jello?
Wait,
Pudding.
pudding. Yeah, I would.
Okay.
That's good.
Oh, something. Nice.
I would want more orange. I would probably add like orange zest.
Personally, I would try a different cake recipe out of the microwave book before making this again. It's not bad though, and I would recommend it if you like pistachio.
I think it's better than the cake you made last week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can
it
do it
came out
instead.
better. It's not as burned. It's kind of more even throughout
Try
the
again.
cake.
We did put it on the turntable this time.
Oh.
I realized that they do actually spin. They fit when they spin.
So now so. Some ammo. Some ammo.
You don't want any cake?
Well, I love you, and remember, always be microwaving.
It's better.
Good evening. It was a daring raid in the dead of night. Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro captured by the United States and taken to New York, where he's tonight facing narco-terrorism and weapons charges. The extraordinary operation followed months of threats by President Donald Trump, who says America will now run the country. Washington correspondent Lauren Tomasi begins our coverage from South America.
A president, now a prisoner.
Warp drive active.
You didn't tell me 8 was done.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
What is that sound?
Warp drive active.
I'll be back later.
Yeah. I'm just working out what to fucking send out into space.
Just take it all and
I
just put
can't.
it in the. Just do multiple trips.
Nah, this fucking shit that's not even worth coming back for, bro.
Some of it, yeah.
Like shit that was like
How much?
10 meters cubed, but it was what do you call it? Like 10,000.
Nothing.
It was like under 10,000. Shit like that. Yeah, I've got two.
Alright, I'll see you later.
I didn't realize you weren't picking them up the whole time.
Yeah, I only had 4, so I had to drop 4, pick them up, drop them, pick them up. Normally it's way better when you got someone who's like doing turbo crabbing. So
Turbo what?
when they're turbo crabbing, when they're using multiple accounts to kill the sites, usually the biggest sites take like 2.5 minutes to kill when you're doing them like uber fast.
Right.
Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.
Alright, bye.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Paper League. Oops.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking request accepted.
Inventory. So. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do.
Nicolas Maduro, handcuffed in blackout goggles and protective headphones, robbed of his country and his senses.
The illegitimate dictator Maduro was the kingpin of a vast criminal network responsible for trafficking colossal amounts of deadly and illicit drugs.
Hours later, he and wife Celia Flores arrived in New York, escorted off the plane by dozens of federal agents. A change of outfit and a change of scenery. Maduro's first steps on American soil, surrounded but appearing relatively calm. The DEA showing off their catch, 2 thumbs up in handcuffs. A defiant pose from the embattled Venezuelan leader. From there, he was taken to the Drug Enforcement Administration's offices, marched in front of the cameras for a perp walk,
Night. Happy New Year.
and officially charged. Then transported by synchronized helicopters across the Empire State. The Statue of Liberty and New York's sparkling skyline, the last thing they laid eyes on, before arriving to a sea of officers surrounding the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn that has housed Sean Diddy Combs and alleged United Healthcare assassin Luigi Mangione. Taken from his slumber, the extraordinary mission to capture and remove him conducted under the cloak of darkness.
This operation, known as Operation Absolute Resolve, was discreet, precise, and conducted during the darkest hours.
It was months in the planning, more than 150 aircraft involved, including F-22s, F-35s, F-18s, E-18s, E-2s, and B-1 bombers.
Employing weapons to ensure the safe passage of the helicopters into the target area.
A large-scale strike across Venezuela's capital.
For a single purpose, to get an interdiction force into downtown Caracas.
US helicopters arriving at Maduro's compound at 2:01 a.m. Delta Force soldiers finding the Venezuelan leader sleeping alongside his wife.
One of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might and competence in American history.
Donald Trump was locked and loaded in a makeshift situation room at Mar-a-Lago, flanked by his secretaries of state and defense.
What all of us witnessed last night was sheer guts and grit, gallantry, and glory of the American warrior.
Venezuela's vice president is demanding his release.
La inmediata liberación.
There is only one president in this country, Nicolas Maduro. He declared the South American country will never be a US colony. Maduro was an illegitimate ruler. He did not win the last election. Venezuela's Nobel Peace Prize winning opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, has called for her candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, to now be recognized. Trump says the opposition doesn't have the respect of the country to govern.
We're going to run the country until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition.
Near the presidential palace in the capital, Maduro supporters burned the American flag and called for his return. But the mood in Caracas was mostly muted. many queuing for groceries, a small act of control in the midst of uncertainty. What will happen tomorrow? What will happen in the next hour, says this resident. But there was elation in Florida, Spain, Chile, and at the Colombian border from Venezuelans who had already left.
Colombia is now mobilising its forces in an attempt to fortify the region and the border with Venezuela. Already, close to 8 million Venezuelans have fled the Maduro regime, and tonight, with real concerns about the stability of this region, the Colombian government is now bracing to bear the brunt of further waves.
Tonight, Maduro and his wife have been charged with conspiracy to commit narco-terrorism, the importation of cocaine and weapons charges.
Don't play games. Don't play games with this president's in office, because it's not going to turn out well.
The message from the White House is clear. FAFO.
He effed around, and he found out.
In Colombia, Lauren Tomasi, 9 News.
And Lauren Tomasi joins us now from Cartagena, Colombia. Lauren, when will Nicolas Maduro face court?
Georgie, it's believed Nicolas Maduro will face a New York court within the next 48 hours, and Donald Trump says there will be no further strikes on Venezuela as long as the country's vice president follows the plan. But as you heard just then, Delcy Rodriguez is not a willing participant, and in the past few hours, Venezuela's Supreme Court has now sworn in Rodriguez as the country's acting president in the absence of Maduro. Tonight, we are in Cartagena, Colombia. At this point, this is the closest we can get to Venezuela because flights in and out of the country have been cancelled. This is the first time in more than a dozen years that Nicolas Maduro is no longer in charge, and it follows a 12-month pressure campaign.
It started on day one of Trump 2.0.
We're looking at Venezuela very strongly.
By September, America's first deadly strike on a boat from Venezuela bound for the US.
A lot of drugs in that boat.
Over 120 days, more than 30 strikes, at least 110 people killed. But the campaign was shifting to regime change, and Nicolas Maduro was in the sights of the president.
He doesn't want to around with the United States.
In a show of force, more American military might was sent to the Caribbean, but Maduro was defiant.
Not war! Not war! Not war!
The 63-year-old danced in front of supporters. He brandished a sword, warning of imperialist aggression. By December, the US started seizing oil tankers, leaving Venezuela.
We're keeping the ships also.
Now they have Maduro. The 63-year-old former bus driver was vice president to Hugo Chavez, the controversial revolutionary leader. In 2013, when Chavez died, Maduro took the reins. In last year's election, Maduro lost, refused to concede, coercing Edmundo Gonzalez to accept defeat.
After July, it was definitely a commitment to preserve power no matter what. That changed, I think, the calculations not only of the United States, but also of a variety of other actors regionally, but also inside.
The last 24 hours have added to America's long history of regime change, from the failed Bay of Pigs invasion of Cuba in 1961 to wars in the Middle East, including Iraq. Maduro's capture draws similarities with this in 1989.
The Panamanian people want democracy.
When George H.W. Bush ordered 24,000 US troops into Panama to topple dictator Manuel Noriega. Noriega hid in the Vatican embassy before surrendering. He was flown to the US, tried on, among other things, drugs charges, and convicted. But tonight, with Venezuela, there's also the issue of oil. The country has the largest reserves in the world, estimated to be the equivalent of 300 billion barrels. The same resource has been at the centre of questions over past conflicts involving the US, the first Gulf War and the war in Iraq 22 years ago. US oil companies have claimed Venezuela owes them billions after seizing their infrastructure almost 20 years ago. Tonight, President Trump says he's taking what's American.
And we want it back.
The Peace Through Strength Commander-in-Chief has made his biggest power play yet. In the United States, Jonathan Kersley, 9 News.
US correspondent Reed Butler joins us now from Washington, D.C. And Reed, how has Donald Trump's base reacted to this?
Well, Georgie, there are certainly some of Donald Trump's most die-hard supporters who are at best uncomfortable with this military intervention and at worst furious. A portion of the MAGA base beginning to realise that that election-winning campaign pledge, America First, might not be quite what they voted for, rather than focusing on...
Bascald, I don't know how to say your name. Bascald? Basque? How you going, mate? Just fucking picking up some loot left behind. Fuck is mine. Let me swap. There we go. Did some salvaging. My brother was doing ratting and I was salvaging behind him and I got some loot to pick up. So, I was just watching the news about Venezuela. Interesting. I think I've got 1 or 2 more trips, then I've got it all. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do from there because as far as I know there was no one else ratting nearby. Where'd my music go? Oh, it's just kind of... Yeah. Only started playing Eve last month. It's been interesting. Oops. Right. Begins in an hour. Where the fuck? Oh. Alright. it's taking up so much room here. One sec. Reconnecting.